Welcome to the Copado Architect Corner. Today we're going over deploying a Data Cloud data kit using Copado. Today we're going to show you how easy it is to deploy a Data Cloud data kit using Copado. Now I've done other videos and even a Salesforce spin, and I've talked about the intricacies of with Data Cloud. It's similar to Salesforce Core, but it is different. And the data kits are key to DevOps deployments. Now you can go and hunt for individually changed items and you won't find them all available for you unless you put them in a data kit. And if you do choose a data kit, you need to know which of the components to include to have the totality of the data kit. What I'm going to show you is how using Copado we can quickly select the data kit, add all the specific components, and do a successful deployment. Let's first start by showing you what we're going to deploy. I have this sample DLO, data lake object, and I've added some additional fields. So I have field 1, field 2, and then I also have a sample DMO, data model object. And that's one here, and it has different named fields though corresponding. We're going to go back to the DLO and we're going to review the field mappings. So here I have a series of field mappings. I have mapped the fields, field 1, field 2 to data 1, data 2, and P key to primary key. Now what I've also done is created a data kit. So this is a data kit, which is a mechanism for transport, and I've included the sample DMO, the sample DLO. Now if you'll notice, the actual field level transformations do not go anywhere. You have to include the entire data model object, the entire data lake object, and they will come along with it. So this is the sample data kit inside of the source environment, and we're going to go ahead use Copado to deploy it. Now if I were to go to the commit screen and look for the changes, you'll see that I see we all see a number of items. The sample data package kit, the field mappings, the DLO, the DMO, and you see that we have over 40 different items that it indicates we should be deploying that have changed, but not all of them should be included as part of the data kit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the user story, and using this new control, we're going to plug in the data kit name, and then we're going to say this is going to kick up a job, which will go and retrieve what's called the manifest, and it'll also tell us what are the contents of this user story inside the data kit. Now that the job is done, we can go back to our user story and you'll see it found 21 items that we believe that it are part of the data kit. And I can quickly review those. So this is showing me the 21 items that Salesforce is telling me need to be a part of the data kit. And back to the commit screen, we saw over 40. So what's happening is if you go through source tracking of Salesforce to ask for what's changed, you'll get many things that have changed, but they are not exactly what needs to be in the data kit. Salesforce has a package XML, a manifest that they want you to download, and that will tell you the exact contents of the data kit. So as you saw, we had over 40 items that were source track changed, but I only needed a specific 21. So here in Copado, I could either include those or I could even choose to leave one of the field mappings out. We could be talking about this in other videos, how that could be very powerful. But this quickly grabs me the exact 21 I need. I'm going to save my selections, go back to the user story, and from here, I'm going to put those onto the commit. So I hit the commit button, and this is going to take those components and place them on the Copado user story. Now that it's done, what I could do is go back to the user story and the commit will just wrap up. And now that the commit's done in Copado, I can go to the build and I can look at the user commit and I can see all the 21 items on Copado ready to go. So this has chosen what I need and exactly what I need, not too much that might throw errors, not too little. It's added it to the user story, and now I can just hit the submit and trigger a promotion. And this is going to then promote it to the next environment in my pipeline. And now you can see in the promotion that it's been successful. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the user story. And we can see that the story has been promoted to the QA environment. And we're going to go take a look in there. So now we're in the target environment and we don't see our sample DLO. Let's see, let's type it by name. So it's not here, and the reason it's not here is that the data kit has not been deployed yet. So here's the data kit with the sample DMO, the sample DLO, and what you don't see the mappings are there. Now we can either press the button data kit deploy manually, or I have a disabled Copado step which can call it for us using robotics. And now you'll see after a few moments, maybe a couple minutes, we get a successful deployment. We go to our data lake objects, and there's our samples. So we're in the target. We can look at the data lake object, and we can actually review the field mappings. So going back to the user story, we have the full record with the Copado user story with the entire commit of the 21 and only the 21 items, the correct items. We've successfully deployed the data kit, and use Copado to deploy the data kit, press the data kit deploy button, which can also be automated with a post-deploy step or with robotics, and we've deployed. So to bring proper DevOps to Data Cloud, you can put your changes in a data kit, and then with a few button presses, you can add the data kit to a Copado user story. It'll bring in the correct commits. You even get to choose to filter out a few key items if you want to leave out some fields. It'll give you the exact recipe of what should be on that commit. It can then promote it, and you can either press the data kit deploy button manually, or we have a post-deploy step that can press it and trigger it for us automatically. So thank you for joining Data Cloud Deployed, DevOps Delivered, and join me again for more on the Copado Architect Corner.